And I knocked Jesse Dixon off my mother.